Hey, hi. Hopefully the stream does not completely shatter the moment I start doing things again. We'll see how it goes. Make no promises. It's been bad today. I don't know what's gone wrong. But I think otherwise everything is where it should be. Let's get into it. What was I doing last? I think I was going into the DLC. Certainly getting ready for that. Yeah, this is around where I would be if I was going to the DLC. I just want to press the button over here so that I can see the stream and make sure it's not completely broken. It's a good thing to want. I think I'm all ready for the DLC, I just gotta go there. I went and got the broken pendant, which is the thing you need. Means I should just go and wander down to a portal and then the good stuff happens. Have I still not gotten enough chunks to upgrade that? How have I not? All the armor I don't really care about, and I'm bound to get more twinkling sooner or later, but I really want to upgrade this partisan all the way. I've got slabs, I just don't have enough chunks. I suppose technically I could go and give Framptus one of my extra slabs because I'm not going to use them. But even in my less hoardy state, that seems like a heinous crime that I could never actually commit. Giving away the rare items you can only get a couple of in the playthrough of the game. It's blasphemy, that's what it is. That's good to hear, I hope it stays that way. You know, OBS has some stats, but it's always kind of vague about who actually is around, unless they're actually chatting, because it's got a number of viewers and it's also got a thing to see who is in chat, and they're never actually lined up. There's always more or less people actually, it says in the chat, than there are watching, which doesn't make any sense. It says 2 at the moment, so I'm going to assume that is at least you, Ebbs, and Strider, and maybe Irby's still around and it's just lying to me. It's a distinct possibility. Well, yes, okay. Forgot about all that stuff. That'll may come in handy sooner or later. I want to go hard on the magics. Why would you touch it? That's right, you can cut the tail of this first thing, can't you? I forgot all about that. I don't know if I've ever done that. I must have done it because I was obsessed with it. If I recall correctly, it's not easy to cut this thing's tail. What rings am I wearing? I can live with a grass crest shield. I don't need that. Havel's ring so I can wear everything. Let's see, what would come in handy? Slots. Counterattacks? Maybe. Leo ring could come in handy. Please as well. Don't really need the serpent rings. Let's go for Leo ring. I know there is an attack where it slams its tail into the ground, but I'm not sure what the best way to get it to do that is. Also, I could be just straight up wrong about that. I think it's after a charge it holds its tail down. He's a fairly forgettable boss in a lot of ways. Certainly of the DLC. Wow. I have more life than I started with. I should probably be locked on, shouldn't I? That went bad. I wonder what my lightning resistance is. 200 seems good. I suppose Lady of the Darkling would have strong lightning armor, wouldn't she? Being in her position. I should use one of these resins. Add some fire. Scarecrow. Stabbing it is one thing, but cutting off its tail is going to be the tricky part. Lucky if I get any use out of this resin. I know the tail is right there, but I need it like... I don't quite remember the best way to deal with this combo. I think I don't want to be locked on, actually. Oh, there you go. That wasn't hard at all. Ow. Didn't do that last time. Whatever, I don't have to worry about the tail anymore. So I consider that a success. Also, this is one of the shortest run backs there are, so it's not exactly a problem. want to lock on, but I want to be able to sprint. Poisoned? Because it does have a scorpion tail. I don't know if I've ever gotten poisoned by this thing before. I never found a good way to deal with this thing. At least Artorias has some obvious moves. Once you get in close with this thing, it's just doing attacks that are very difficult to avoid. Tried to dodge. I'm just gonna say this was really easy when I was flipping everywhere and using my claws. Maybe I should ditch the heavy armor. Doesn't seem to use any attacks after its second head swing. Oh, I'm not in good shape, am I? Pretty sure I hit dodge. Out of Estus, so I don't see this going well. I think one more should do it. Besides, I don't think this is the one I'm likely to get stuck on for a long time. The next one, maybe. I should probably go for slashes when I can. It'll do more damage. Why? That was directed at Peps, just for the record. Got the boss. Okay, definitely gonna ditch the heavy armor. I think agility would come in handy here. I guess it's just that move that poisons him. That's a huge problem. Let's face it, compared to everything else that's doing, the poison does bugger all. ditch the brass armor and replace it with something. I'll see what I've got. Though the poise is probably helping. Where's that dusk armor? That should be nice and light. It's probably far lighter than I need, honestly. That's... what about Wanderer? That's pretty light. And much more defensive. Oh, that's about as light as the goddamn armor I was just wearing. If I throw on those... yeah, that's far too much. Sorry, I just want to get myself into the best position. What do I need to get under? Just over 20, I imagine. One of these should be light enough that I can wear it and have some decent defense. Or maybe none of them are. Maybe I should just... let's just go. Don't know if I'm likely to poison it, but let's give it a go. Not sure how useful it'd be if I did. How do I keep missing that dodge? It's not like it's not well telegraphed. I feel like I don't normally have this much trouble. Stop it. There we go. That's what should have happened the first time. Just with me getting distracted about cutting off the tab. Well, like I say, that boss isn't that hard, really, once you've done it a couple times. I don't know, I just kept messing up, I think. The light armor certainly helps though, because it is pretty quick as those bosses go. I should probably do something about that poison. On the other hand, there's a bonfire right ahead, so fuck it. No, it doesn't have a whole lot of life. It's just... it moves around a lot, and it does kind of hurt when it hits you. Hit up this bonfire, and then I'll bring up the list, shall I? By doing a little bit of... nope, wrong one. That one. That one. There we go, much better. Now then, this was, what was that one called? Sanctuary Guardian, I believe, if I can spell. No, I can't spell. Thank you. Except move that down a bit because I need to add in a number 21, don't I? That boss isn't bad. It's not my favourite of the DLC, but I don't mind it as a fight. It's not... See, you say somewhere in the bottom third, and it's not terrible in any way, Strider, but it's... You gotta remember that most of the bosses from, like, the top, like, the bottom 2/3, all are terrible in some way. And yeah, I don't know, Sanctuary Guardian is kind of annoying. I don't really like it, but as a fight, I don't think it's so bad. Like, I'd probably rather fight one of those than, let's say, Demon Fire Sage. Probably more than Seath as well. In fact, I might go so far as to say number 5. I don't know, Centipede Demon is... Centipede Demon's probably too high, honestly. You really have a... Would I be wrong in saying that you have a fondness for bosses that you have to dodge a lot and, like, fast bosses, perhaps? That's sort of the impression that I get. I don't know. This one's a tough one. Honestly, I think I might agree, honestly. Yeah, the fact that there's so little craft around that boss, like, it's literally right next to a bonfire. If it wasn't, I might have more negative feelings towards it, but you can just hit it over and over, and once you get past it, it's fine. I might be on board with what Peds is saying about number 3 here. It is, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to put it at number 4. Which is higher than I would have ever guessed that I would put it, if you'd asked me before I'd started doing this. That feels okay to me. Yeah, I'll stick with that. Back we go. Why did it... don't worry. Minutia. I suppose I should level up, shouldn't I? I have precisely 3,000. Did I not pick up my souls before? I believe after you've... I think after you beat Artorias, if you come back here, you might as well go and grab them. I believe after you beat Artorias, a couple of lesser forms of that boss show up in this area. 2 of them. Which is a way to get that tail cut if you missed it the first time. I don't think I've ever fought them because I get the tail cut the first time and there's not a whole lot of reason to do it otherwise. I don't think they drop anything of interest. I didn't even have any souls, what a waste. Intelligence was what I was pumping. I don't even have enough souls. If I use one of these.
Well, look at this one. From what faraway age hast thou come? Thy scent is very human indeed, but not intolerable. Ah, Princess Dusk's savior. Thine aura is precisely as she described. I thank thee deeply for rescuing Her Highness. But Princess Dusk is here no longer.
I think they really go into why Elizabeth is a mushroom and why there's a mushroom that can talk to you.
Couldst thou once more play the savior? Thank you. I am Elizabeth, guardian of this sanctuary. Something of a godmother to Princess Dusk. I shall assist thee to my utmost.
Raised by a
one with the
fungus.
sorceries of Urasil.
Sell anything interesting? I should buy some repair powders. Buy one repair powder, I don't really need it, do I? I should buy some gold resins though.
Thou shalt see further on. An abyss was begat of the ancient beast, and threatens to swallow the whole of Ulasil. Knight Artorius came to stop this, but such a hero has nary a murmur of dark. Without doubt he will be swallowed by the abyss, overcome by its utter blackness. Indeed, the abyss may be unstoppable. Still, I have faith that Princess Dusk may be rescued yet. Thou shalt see and know it. May the flame...
Let's give myself some souls and buy myself some nice resin. It might be limited at how much you can get, so let's not use a huge one.
If there's...
They like to limit how much gold resin you can buy for some reason. There is a reasonably reliable source, but it's not in a convenient spot. And now we start getting into the rough part. Not that any part of it is especially not rough, but I always have trouble up here. Keep my crystal magic weapon handy, I think, for the stone fellows. I might go ahead and put this on gold ring, just because they do drop a bunch of stuff generally, and I would like to have every chance I can get to have stuff. Problem is, there's a lot of guys in this foresty area. And they tend to come at you in groups. Like, it's not common that you can aggro one without aggroing many. Back here. We'll be back here later, I can guarantee you that. Guardian armor. Very heavy, but very protective. Comparable with Havel's, I'd say. I think Havel's has a bit more general use. Go and seek out some more while I've still got the buff. At least these things are fairly doable. Should have kindled the bonfire. We'll definitely be back. I think it can be both, Strider. Let's go ahead and kindle this up, because I'm gonna need it sooner or later. This area and then the boss both are deserving of having as much Estus as you can get your hands on. I'm probably gonna get invaded now, but that'll be fun. Fortunately, if you're being careful, you can just sprint through this area, but it's not safe to do. You're just as likely to get shivved in the back doing that as you are getting shivved in the front. And also, that means you can't run around picking stuff up, and I want stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised if I do resort to just running past everything. This area can be quite tedious. Rip some moss out of its body before it even falls over. Oh, should not have used so much stamina. And I really do need crystal magic weapon for this, don't I? The fact that I'm not using any kind of impact damage is not gonna go well for me with these things. And there's so many of them. I kinda like these things conceptually, but they're a bit of a pain. Maybe I should be using, maybe I should be using a lesser magic weapon so that I can have more uses of it. There's a lot of these things to go through. My stamina again. Regular stabs are probably better when I've got the magic. Let's see if this helps. Probably won't. I mean, it gets the planty fellows, sure, but they're not the ones who are the problem. Also, even that didn't do as much for me as the magic did. I can't imagine fires are going to be particularly effective on this thing. I'm bad at dodging these things. That twinkling titanite will come in handy. I forgot they dropped that honestly, but I'm glad I put on the gold ring. Let's see, that's where I was before, so I'm gonna... Yeah. There's something in the water like there is in... Yep, there is. I don't remember what it is in actual Darkroot Garden, but I remember it being fairly useful there as well. Maybe not slab useful, but useful. I won't use a crystal magic weapon, and I will regret it, in that order. I like having range on these things, that's helpful. There's probably something up there, right? I remember all the stuff stashed around here is... There's a lot of it. But guys, those plant fellows just popping out of nowhere and stabbing you a bunch is why you want to have a lot of Estus going through here. It's a pain otherwise. Not to mention these big fellows constantly wandering around. And I just need to keep the stamina up and not get tempted to spend it all with stabs. I've never actually seen him do that 3-hit one. You think they're made of stone? Or are they wearing stone armor? I don't know why anything wants to kill me, frankly. But then that's true of most of Dark Souls as a series. I'll be seeing you later. So yeah, this is the same bridge that you can get to in Darkroot Basin. Down there is where you fight the Hydra. Probably not coincidentally, that's also where you fight the other fellow. And here's something stomping around up there. Lots of chunks. Can probably upgrade my partisan now. Something about these ones with the big scissors freaks me out. Scissors shouldn't be that big. You shouldn't have people snipping scissors. Who the hell are you and where the hell are you going? I should probably expedite this area, shouldn't I? It's not like I need any of these items around. The longer I spend in here, the longer I'm not fighting another boss. Which I'm going to need some time to fight. Stealth. Dark Souls, well known for its stealth gameplay. Stone guys are everywhere. I don't mind the area conceptually, and Strider brought up the fact that it might be lazy. I think, if anything, I'd say that's more the enemies they put in it than the area themselves. Areas themselves. Because it's literally just the same two enemies scattered around. I'm not going to say Darkroot Garden was a whole lot better in that regard, but I think it was a little more strategic about it. You've got those... that scattered group of player-like enemies that you've got to kill. Or otherwise deal with. Mixes up the area a bit more. Oh, there's no way I'm getting to that thing in time. Right. I go ahead and hope the giant can't come along here. This is not a good situation. This is the worst situation. I shouldn't have been here. Jesus Christ. Take me away. Whew. That shouldn't have gone that well.
Let me guess. Snatched by a shadowy limb and dragged off to the past? Yes, of course. Exactly what happened to me. We are both strangers in this strange land. But at least now there are two of us. Did you happen across Knight Artorias? The legendary abyss walker from the old tales? Well, if you haven't, it's just as well. He's a colorless sort, if you ask me. So, what did that giant mushroom make you do? Not that I care. It's none of my business.
I kinda like this guy. He's just so obviously a piece of shit. Also, everything he sells you is it's much more expensive than you can get in other places. But also, this is where I am, so...
So long.
Unlock this shortcut. It's awfully convenient that these lifts never work when you first bump into them, even though they seem perfectly functional. Pretty sure there's more stuff up there, but here we are. This is not going to go well. Quite a setup you've got there. What's that? Dark legs, Havel gauntlets. I think that's Black Knight. What's also? Orn helm. Maybe a Zweihander as a great sword. Let's see, what would be best? Fire or magic? What would Artorias be more weak to? I don't know. Probably magic. I just want to keep using these resins. God, I don't remember any of his moves. Oh, cool. I just need a second to remember what the hell he does. That's some Sekiro shit, isn't it? Throwing shit at you with an offhand. Clearly that one's the one that I have to watch out for. Yes, I probably could have healed. No, I didn't. No matter. Yeah, I remember that one being trouble, but I haven't bumped into it yet, so... I also remember having way less trouble with Artorias when I had fast rolls. So if I feel like I'm having trouble, maybe I'll try stripping down. Reminded herself, send the lift back up every time. They're pretty good about not having enemies fall down lifts. Also, remind me to upgrade my artisan now that I can, and my armor. See the bugger over there. Anyway. Right, and that one, the same move that Sif uses. That isn't a coincidence. Ah yes, that one. That was quick. I wasn't ready for that at all. Wasn't helpful. Spin around attack he does is quite painful, as it turns out. Okay, now that I remember that he does that charge up thing so soon, I should be able to react to that. I thought you had to hurt him a lot more for that. But maybe I've been spoiled by the likes of that last DLC Dark Souls 3 boss. Because those types could take a beating before they started getting fancy. I don't think... does Artorias actually change that much when he does that though? Or is it just a thing that he does? I didn't send the lift back up, did I? Never learn. And I forgot to upgrade my spear. I'm doing well. Those two upgrades won't make a huge difference, but they will make a difference. I'm always just out of range. Gotta get better about my zoning. Could be worse. No, I don't have the stamina for this. No, I do have the stamina for this. Figures. Oh, upgrade. God damn it. I was just in such a rush to try and get back. If there was any boss I was going to get stuck on, it's probably this one. But we'll give it some more goes before we start getting too down about it. I should really shove most of this in the box and never think about it again. But that takes time. So far I feel like the dodging hasn't really been the problem, it's just me learning the moves. So... I don't think I need to drop the armor down just yet. I really didn't need that many souls, did I? Maybe I'll buy something from Chester on the way. No point in wasting them. So I can probably take off the gold ring now. Might be something that can give me a hand. Maybe defense, maybe stamina recovery. Maybe poise. Counterattacks. Let's go that one. I think if I can get more damage, that'll be handy. Best defense is getting the fight over with as quickly as possible, right?
Oh, think of anything. I've little to talk about, really. Oh, you know me. What do I know?
What a piece of shit. Oh, let's get those. I'm probably never going to use any of this stuff ever again. Let's buy a bunch of green blossoms as though I ever use them.
So long.
I should use them, but I don't. What if I use some green blossoms? That'd be weird. How long do they last? Can I take one before the fight and have it last into it? That's what I'm gonna do anyway. But... Oh, frame rate, calm down. I did it again. Stop it. Let's stop it. That wasn't a roll. That wasn't a roll either. Why is it being shitty about rolling? Don't know if I've got enough damage for this now. Okay, I can still stagger. I don't know how useful that is, but it's free stabs, so it can't be that bad. god. Game can't handle something about this. I hope the stream's holding up. Ah, that move. That one. That's the one that's getting me. Also the triple slam, but that's just because I'm an idiot and keep trying to stab him while I know he's probably going to do more slams. That is a me problem. I mean, it's all a me problem. You know what I mean. I've got to get better about knowing when he's going to do that and when the timing on it. I haven't gotten any warnings about drop frames. Heck. It's just a shame it's such a long run to get to Artorias. I did it again. Not much point in ever going for more than one stab. Rarely lands. Tell he's doing the charge up thing because he buggers off. I thought I dodged that. Okay. I swear sometimes it's just missing my input on that dodge. Come on, do you charge up again? You know you want to. Okay, I need to heal. I really need to heal. I need to heal again. But less urgently. Or maybe I should just be stabbing him because he's got so little life left. Split the difference. Ooh. There's Artorias down. That's debatably the hardest boss in the game, right? You could probably make a case for Manus. Actually, Manus is probably going to give me more trouble because I have no idea how to deal with Manus. But sorry, drop my controller. Let's go ahead and rank that bugger. Now then, Artorias is probably the best on this list, right? Like, I like Bell Gargoyles, but let's face it. Artorias is a goddamn good fight. Really gotta learn those moves and get good about the dodging, and it really feels like it's a... Like, unlike a lot of the fights, it really is like a duel. Like... You're both dodging around, you both got fairly damaging moves. I don't know quite what I mean, but you get the idea, right? It feels more equal than a lot of the other fights. Artorias is going up the top. What name does he have in the game? Is it Knight Artorias? That sounds right, but I'd like to be sure. That looks like a good list to me so far. Oh, right. I have to change it off the rankings, don't I? Getting a bit ahead of myself. Do you disagree, Strider? I don't know that... I have no idea where Manus is going to rank. Honestly. It could be anywhere. Can I use any new magic yet? I should probably up my attunement a little, maybe. Still can't use Soul Spear. That's a bugger. Soul Spear might be something I can actually use in the middle of a fight. It'd be useful. Oh, what's her name showed up as soon as he went in there. Maybe it's later. Doesn't matter, I need to come back anyway. I don't know about Manus though. I haven't had good experiences with a Manus fight. Okay, it's good that I can just chop through these things. Not that these ones are the biggest problem. Getting worried for a second. I love that you can abuse the Dark Souls fighting in that way. I just remembered something that is going to be annoying later. Oh yeah, I can go this way too. Nay, I definitely should go this way. Right, I need to get my thing out. You supposed... It's one of you buggers. You're supposed to use the pendant in the fight, aren't you? Did I never go and get Logan's stuff after I killed him? God, those things hurt. Go back down there in a second. Place is a little bit mazy. Tough to navigate. This is where you've got to go to get back. I've got to... How do you cheese a Sekiro boss? Stop it. That's a good way to go. Guess that's it, huh? Right. Excuse me a second.
I'm sorry.
I had a lot of fun with these things. It's such a little thing. I've already forgotten which direction I'm supposed to be going. Upstairs? This way. If I'd fallen off there, that would have been a little bit embarrassing. Screw up my own pathing and run off a cliff. I am going to use a homeward bone for reasons that will become obvious momentarily. But I still have these on my thing. How long have they been there? Because they super don't need to be there anymore. This could be... What is the deal with this? Just use that as much as you want. That's the best thing I've ever done. Felt real good to do just then. Oh, I see. How precise about that timing do you have to be? This is probably something I should work out now. Try and do it a little bit early. Okay, you've got a bit of a window there. Don't be too late though. Keep thinking about it. What? That's not a move, you can't do that. Don't even get humanity off it. Garbage. House. I know what you are. There's the one. That's the right one. Keep this on here rather than the health, because this is more important. Get used to trying to use that. Especially since I don't have a shield. Quite a sound that thing just made. Right, and we start getting into the ones with the evil eyes. Which hurt. I always had a rough idea that that's what it did, but I've super never used the pendant before. This area is such a pain. I never know the right way to approach this because these spellcasters are everywhere. There's one there, there's one over the far end, and I think there's one above that. They're all shitty, they all hurt like hell. Okay, I guess there's only the one that's above. There's still this bugger. I think that cloud poisons you. Oh, there I am with some poison meter on me. I wonder if I can I lock onto anyone from here? It's not gonna work. And lure some people, that would mean I don't have to fight everyone all at once. Fortunately, this is one of those areas where you only have to get through successfully once. Ow. I can hear buggers moving around, but I can't see them. What's that one that's up there? Constantly just laughing over and over again. It shut up. I don't mind how many of these things' attention I get, as long as I don't get hit by the spellcaster. I haven't gotten that thing's attention yet. That's the way forward, so I won't go that way just yet. I don't remember what's out the other way. Go and check that out. I think that's an example you can see of counterattacks in action. Because when I stab these things normally, it takes 2 stabs. But when they're about to attack me... Oh yeah. When they're about to attack me, I can kill them in 1. Weird that they establish that there are secrets that you need light to expose, and then only have those secrets in 2 places. One of which is the one where it makes it clear that it's a thing. Is that all you need? I sworn there was more than that. I guess that would inspire people to constantly have some source of light on, like cast light or the other one, sunlight maggot. This is a bad chest. And this one is basically essential for what I'm doing here. Need that key. If you don't have that key... Where's this ladder go? Ah, yes. I mean, you don't have to react. Making you. In fact, it makes my job easier. There's just a lot of stuff around this building. Which I guess is true of most places in Dark Souls, but still. I just wanted to check what the way out the back is, because I don't... Is there even anything over there? That sound was bad. That especially could be a problem given how close I am in the shortcut. So how about I head that way first? Which is clearly their own logic. I don't mind if they come back, because now I've got the shortcut. I have no idea.
Very good.
I'll be courteous. There's no way I'd win an actual fight against a person, right?
Very good.
I'm happy with that. Having enough damage on my side probably helped me quite a lot in that fight. This area can be a bit of a pain as well. Let's face it, most of the areas in the DLC can be a pain. Nope, that's not health.
Very good.
It's very good though. That's not health either. I wish they had a better system for picking your items than just having everything on one button and you've got to scroll through until you find what you need. They're ugly buggers. This thing's weird. It's the only one of these in the entire game, and it's... I mean, that in itself is kind of strange for something that isn't a boss. And it drops useless armor. It can hurt if it gets you. I like what they do there. It's a real shitty move, but I like it. Glad I remembered it was there. Usually causes a bit of a panic. I'm getting through the DLC faster than I thought I would be. I guess mostly just because Artorias was less of a wall than I was expecting him to be. We did get me a few times. I might as well kindle for this, just to use this humanity while I've got it. It might come in handy. I don't remember what the fastest way did. Doesn't matter. Attunement do I need? 2? Might as well. My third one can be chameleon, because that's dumb. I forgot how slowly you move in Dark Souls 1. This is no fun. Okay, maybe not. There was definitely at least one point in Dark Souls 3 that I used one of those chameleon type of things to great effect. That felt real good. Not quite as smooth as I was hoping. Pretty sure at least one of these is a spellcaster. Close. Gonna have to get better at the timing than that. Or just stand somewhere where it hits something. Ow. Shit. I feel like I've seen the giant dad thing before, but I don't remember what the hell it's supposed to refer to. Like most things on the internet. Being this tiny bit of rock is all I need to take you on. wonder if I could... I probably wouldn't have much of a use for all the dark spells, would I? I think there's... I think I read that there's at least one catalyst which does actually perform better with higher dexterity than strength for the dark sorceries. And I've got dexterity and intelligence, so maybe I can find something that would work well for me. Maybe I can get big on the dark sorceries, which I literally have never done before. They're very eerie, which is good, because that's obviously exactly what they're intended to be. So this stuff was a bit too vague for what they're trying to convey here. Why can you stab a humanity ghost? That's actually a good point. How about I slap on a gold ring? I think there's stuff down this way. Or it's the way you actually go when you're trying to leave here. One or the other. It can really hurt if they get to you also. I'd really prefer that didn't happen. Maybe soul arrow would be effective. Not really if one of these ones takes 4 hits. Touch me. You either. Only dark pyromancy. If I remember correctly. If this is where I think it is, I'm gonna bump into one of these things. Jesus. Did you not? That really hurt. Anyway, there's more things I need to do down here, so I'll be back. I'm really pleased with how effective this artisan is. It's good at killing things. You'd think even that would convince Pebs, but no. The fact that it's most effective when I'm not using the spear part is irrelevant. I guess maybe it is pretty effective like that as well. That would be more significant if I'd actually seen that boss. If Herbie's still around, he would have no fucking idea what the hell just happened. To unlock this shortcut, though I probably won't ever use it. Unless it's better than I remember it being. No, not a chance. Really move on this thing. You wouldn't want to jump on that if this was Half-Life. It's true. Oh, that's not the way down. Where am I? Prism stones. I wish prism stones were more useful because they're kind of a cool concept. That may have influenced my decision to do the DLC before I went and fought Sith. Because I've never seen that cutscene. Because why the fuck would you do the DLC first? The DLC's hard. But here I am, doing just fine. It's really hard to gauge how far away you are from these things, given that they're just sprites, as it were. I feel like, despite that I generally don't summon anyone, I feel like I'm obligated to summon Sith, which means I need to be human, don't I? I could nip back. It won't take long for me to get back here. Besides, Sith will be helpful. Oops, that's not the buttons I meant to press at all. I think the lore I read that Torius's shield was there protecting Sith from the dark. That's the end of the thought. Which makes sense given that you pick up Torius's shield. Ah, that bugger. You normally fall down. Are you gonna fall down? If you fell down. I think it would be cool. I probably should have thought through what I was doing there. I normally fall down. That's my defense in its entirety. Once again, I've gone the wrong direction down the item list. I feel obligated to summon Sif straight away purely because Sif is such a unique summon. Everyone else you summon are people. Sif's a wolf. Not summon wolves. I guess the only other weird summon in the entire Dark Souls series would be Man Scorpion Tarkin 2, wouldn't it? Ghost Artorias. Actually, you're probably quite right, Pebs. This is just the way that I always used to go. That's not necessarily because it's better. I think I should seriously consider it. On the other hand, bunch of humanity. How did a ghost fall? How does that make any sense? The twin humanities, Jesus. Now you're where I can get to you. Yeah, but they're weird floaty ghosts. Couldn't they just float and ghost? Even the little ones will hurt if you let them. This is a bad area to be swinging a spear, isn't it? Close. I probably should have gauged where I was falling before I did. You summon Sif in the boss room itself, don't you? I feel like I should heal, but also that's quite a waste of Estus. I believe you can, Pebs, but it takes a lot of arrows because Manus is a long way away and has a lot of life. Why does he grab you, bring you down, and not just kill you while you're lying there, but wait for you to wake up and then try and kill you? I don't remember anything that Manus does, so this is going to be a rough start. Maybe you don't need to be using with some Sith. Get distracted, there's a dog over there. That move I remember being complete bullshit. Or Sith. Let's go from the other bonfire. It's maybe a slightly longer run, but by much. Might be easier said than done.
You. Is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it? Thank you. You are
I'm not gonna
very
use it.
kind. Please take this. I no longer need it. May the Lord guide thee.
If you want all the stuff, best bet is just to kill her. But I'm not doing that. Doesn't get me anything. I'm not going to use the soul. What am I doing? Which one of these is the way up? Or the way down, rather? It is here, isn't it? Or am I confused? This one. Gonna be able to send this up and get off in time. Okay, that wasn't a problem. That green last time. Maybe they're not set colours. Never really noticed. Because why would you? I seem to recall that one of the colours of prism stones are really rare. Can someone look that up and make sure I'm not talking complete bullshit? Because, I mean, it's pointless anyway, so you don't have to, but... I seem to recall reading that if you'd lob in prism stones around, there's one that's really rare chance of throwing out. Which is pointless anyway, because at the moment you go to a bonfire or die, they will disappear anyway. Yep. Okay, I guess you do need to be human and summon Sif. Despite the fact it doesn't go through the normal rules. Right, I'm pretty sure that one's a grab and hurts. That's the okay. Several slams. That's handy information, knowing to be ready for that roll. Right, that stuff. I forgot Manus even did that. That's why you want the pendant. I don't know how the hell I ever beat this thing before. I think I just got other people to do it for me. Summoned up. Maybe Manus isn't as bad as I remember, but let's preserve judgment until the proper time, shall we? Don't need to kindle up again. Interesting, but not especially descriptive. feel like I keep waiting around to see if they drop anything because they do have a couple of rare items that you can only get from them. I don't know why I care. Some habits die hard, I guess. Let's use, I guess, Leo Ring. That's as good as any. Pretty happy with everything else where it is. I should magic up before I go down there this time. I'm sure it adds a little bit even if they're resistant. Fortunately, most of these attacks are fairly well telegraphed. Doesn't mean I'm any good at dodging him though, does it? This is pretty intimidating because it's so big, it's got so much life, and also it's really fast. Shame about the kinda long trip back. Oh yeah, and it's also got a long trip there. It's not like that does not contribute to whether or not you want to fight the boss. I think the couple of times that I did beat Manus, I maybe made good use of really big shields with lots of stability. Because I made those kinds of characters that could use those effectively. Because if you've got enough stability, Manus becomes a lot less of a problem. Just hide behind that thing constantly. Get your hits in where you can. Magic up today. Maybe I'll find a chance to do it. He hit me with his feet. That was definitely his hand. Having much luck finding a chance to heal that I want. Glad he doesn't move forward much with that last hit. I'd give it a few more tries before I went and got Sif again, but also I've only got so much time left. I'm still not 100% decided whether or not I'm going to do an extra one of the Sword Art Soul streams tomorrow. Let's face it, the reason I want to is mostly just because I've been itching to play Dark Souls all goddamn week. And if I can find more excuses to do so, I'm down for that. But yeah, I'll be sure to broadcast it in the normal channels if it is happening. I like how, as I was saying that, I remember that I forgot to broadcast it this time, and This cool. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Well, that's the thing. If you get in too close, how are you supposed to get away from his big old combo? I believe is that what it's called. Yeah, he's probably not poisonable, is he? He's got a lot of life. I imagine that would help. But you probably can't do it. I hit dodge. Am I not rolling, or does that hit me anyway? Because it's not supposed to. God, I haven't even gotten the kneading the pendant yet. And here I was thinking that I was making such good progress that I might get 3 bosses on the list today. Such luck. You're probably right about taking all the other items off though. Doubt I'm gonna use anything else. But I do have some standards. Should definitely kindle up at least once also. I know that 5 Estus is gonna get me through. And I've got the magic again. Do decent damage, it's just about not taking decent damage. Seems to be easier said than done. Stamina back. Maybe I shouldn't have had the very good carving there. Oh well. I'm not stopping until I die and it is past 12 o'clock. Which means one more run, in other words. And if this one goes badly, I'll summon Sif consistently next time. Who doesn't want to fight alongside a wolf? I don't feel good traveling down this thing. It's all jagged in a way that doesn't feel very nice. The same there's not more self-buff sorceries. Some power within would do nicely right about now. But I don't know if I should compromise myself in such a way. Those 1,800 souls were real worth it. Well, that's the end of the stream. Fuck. Alright. Got nowhere to go. So yeah, I will either be back next week or tomorrow, and I will let people know what is happening. When it happens. Oh god, what is OBS doing now? Nothing? Good, keep it that way. Anyway. I will see everyone later.